Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for checking us out. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much as always for your continued support. In today's video, I am joined by my husband David, and we are going to be talking about flossing toothbrushes and comparing a couple flossing toothbrushes that we have had the chance to try, giving you our thoughts, our opinions, and in the end, we will tell you what our pick is. So without further ado, let's get into it. As a family, we have been using flossing toothbrushes for almost 5 months now, and we could never go back to a regular toothbrush. Flossing toothbrushes have been game changing for our oral health care, and that goes for myself, my husband, and our teenage son. So we love flossing toothbrushes. And if you are unfamiliar with flossing toothbrushes, basically what will set this apart from a standard toothbrush, regular toothbrush, the ones that you get in your little dental bag when you go visit the dentist, is that a flossing toothbrush utilizes a two-tiered bristle system. So we're going to hold one of these up. So what you will see is that you have your bristles on the bottom, and then above those bristles you have micro bristles. So these are what's referred to as the flossing bristles. So flossing toothbrushes employ a two-tiered bristle system, and we love it. In this video, we will be comparing the two types of flossing toothbrushes that we have had the chance to use so far in our oral care journey. So number one is the Guru Nanda Gentle Giant Flossing Whitening Toothbrush. I think that's the full name. And the second one is the Dr. Plotka Mouth Watchers Toothbrush. So we've used both of these. We started with the Guru Nanda, used that for about 3 months, and then switched over to Dr. Plotka about 2 months ago. And what's funny is when we switched over, I always knew that I was going to be doing a comparison video just to come back and let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, and what we felt was a better product, for us anyway. And when we first started the comparison, we both thought that there was a clear winner. And then as time went on, our thoughts changed, and you may be surprised with the outcome. So the way we are going to structure this video / review is we have 3 different categories for assessing the toothbrushes. We're going to be rating them on a 1 to 10 scale. At the end of that, we will compare who won, which toothbrush won by the numbers, and then we'll be going to a takeaway where we will explain, regardless of the numbers, because I actually don't know what the numbers are yet, which one we actually prefer and which one we'll be using for our family in the future. Now, just keep in mind, we are not dental professionals, and this is going to be filtered through a non-professional, regular person lens. This is just our opinions, our thoughts, our feelings, and please do your own research, form your own opinions, and pick a product that works best for you and your lifestyle and your goals. All right, so let's get into the categories and let's get into the ratings. Okay, guys, so the first category is going to be perhaps the most important, and that is performance / effectiveness. So how good of a job do these toothbrushes do in their job as a toothbrush? So how well do they do in getting your mouth nice and clean? So first up, we're going to talk about the Guru Nanda. Okay, and so what are your thoughts on the performance of the Guru Nanda?
So if a standard toothbrush is at a level 5, I would say the Guru Nanda is probably an 8.5 or 9
for performance, for
for
how
performance.
clean you feel afterwards. So
Because
we're putting the regular toothbrush at a 5 because that's standard. So 5 is going to be average. It's average. It does what you're used to it doing.
yes, and I feel like it did an excellent job. Like I've never felt toothbrush work the way it did before. Like
And we were surprised. Like
yes,
it took us months into our oral health journey to actually switch to a flossing toothbrush because I really didn't think it was going to make any difference until we tried it, and then it made a huge difference. And it would be weird for us, I think, to go back to a regular toothbrush now. Because the performance is so much better. So you're giving it an 8.5.
yeah, I'll give it an 8.5, and I'm a hard brusher, and that just made it feel like no matter how hard I brushed with the toothbrush,
Which I don't know what contest he thinks he's winning, but
yeah, but
he's the
it
world's
is.
hardest brusher. He
I
wins.
am, and I'm like trying to get it to all the everything. But I would say like no matter how hard I pressed on my teeth, it felt like it was the same amount of pressure. So I just loved the toothbrush. It was a great toothbrush.
So yeah, so like an 8.5, and
Yeah,
we're thinking of it as like a 10 is you went to the dentist and like paid for the service and they used all their special dental tools. Like a 10 is a fresh off the dentist cleaning. So a 5 is a regular toothbrush. I guess a 0 is you're not brushing your teeth, and then a 10 is you went to the dentist. So he's given an 8.5.
what do you give it?
For me, the Guru, again, this was our first flossing toothbrush, and I loved it from day one. And I would give the Guru Nanda for performance. I would actually go, yeah, I would probably go with an 8.5 as well. It does a really great job. You come out feeling like your teeth are really are a polished clean, and I feel like you run your tongue over them and they stay clean. So yeah, an 8.5. So performance wise, these little flossers, they get everywhere. I mean, and like he was saying, I'm not a hard brusher. I'm not trying to win any contest, but I am a very thorough brusher. And it does feel like no matter how much you brush, there's literally like no wear and tear on this toothbrush. Like I'm using the old toothbrush here, and if you look at it in the camera, it's like you can't really even tell that this toothbrush has been used, and this is our old toothbrush. So it really does stand up. And it feels like you're getting a really soft, gentle clean. But then when you feel the clean that you're actually getting, it's doing a way better job of cleaning away all that debris and plaque, but somehow feels like it's just gliding over your teeth. Like somehow, like how would you say that is? Like it, like I can't hear it.
Yeah,
Like how like
yeah.
you use like a regular toothbrush and you can hear
It's
it
quiet.
in your ears. Like you can't even like you're doing it because you feel yourself brushing the teeth, but you don't hear it. It's just gliding over your teeth.
Yep.
So it's really cool. So, all right. So obviously, both 8.5s for us for performance slash effectiveness for the Guru Nanda. Okay. So moving into the Dr. Plotka mouth watchers and performance wise. So how clean does this get your teeth? What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? How clean does it get your
I
teeth?
guess I would give it a little bit above the Guru. So I'd go either 9.5 to 10
Yeah.
because
Nothing's left behind.
nothing is left behind. It is very extremely effective. Probably the most effective toothbrush I've ever tried.
And this is coming from two people who just were like singing the praises of this Guru Nanda
Yes.
and saying how life changing it was. And then we went to Dr. Plaka and it did an even more effective job with cleaning our teeth. Because if you're a person who doesn't have perfect teeth, we're people who don't have perfect teeth. If you were coming here looking for the perfect teeth show, it's not here. We're just regular people with with regular teeth. So yeah, so your teeth have like their own little crevices and caves and caverns, little areas that are hard to get to, and that's where the plaque and the debris try to go hide. And you learn where those places are, and so you give it a little extra attention. With the Dr. Plaka, I found that it automatically targeted those areas. And did an even better job with getting those areas clean. Now, don't get me wrong, the Guru Nanda does a great job, but
Yep.
even with the Guru Nanda, I sometimes have to just kind of be like, did I get that? Did I get that little cavern on the bottom? And it'll be like, let me just give that another little once over. But with the Dr. Plaka, it was like it's just no holds barred. Like the Dr. Plaka is out for blood
Yeah.
when it comes to targeting your plaque. So like you will have super clean teeth with either of the brushes, but the Dr. Plaka is even like a step ahead. So I don't think I gave it a number, and I would give it like a 9.5. So it is just a little bit more effective. Okay, so category 2 is going to be the design and the features of the different toothbrushes. So these are both flossing toothbrushes. They both employ the two-tiered bristle design that I talked about in the beginning of the video, but they are a little bit different. They each have their own little claims to fame, if you will. Okay, so Guru Nanda, it has the squared off head. Okay, so it doesn't have a tapered head. It has the ergonomic handle. This is straight off the packaging that the handle is ergonomic. It feels good in my hand, although I can't really say that I've ever had a toothbrush that felt unpleasant in my hand. I mean, most toothbrushes feel exactly like what you would expect in your hand, so it is comfortable in the hand. It does also have it has this tongue and it calls it a tongue and cheek scraper. So if you're a person who does tongue scraping, it works for that. It also will kind of clean your cheeks as you're brushing just because it rubs up against it. So it does have that. Okay, the Dr. Plotka. Dr. Plotka has some features that make it kind of a popular pick among um, flossing toothbrush users. Dr. Ellie talks about the Dr. Plotka and has it available as a link on her website, I believe. But I know I have heard her talk about it, and when she does her videos and has her little table with everything, she has the Dr. Plotka toothbrush usually there. And so Dr. Plotka, the bristles are made of nylon. This is a little bit of a more durable and hard material. So Dr. Plotka says that you could theoretically keep his toothbrush for 4 months instead of 3 months. Also, the bristles, the reason, if you can see that color, it's kind of like a off-white, tan, almost brown color, is because the bristles are silver infused. So silver is naturally antimicrobial, so it kills over 99% of microbes as it's drying. So the microbes would include bacterias, funguses, and viruses. And because the bristles are actually infused with the silver versus having a silver coating, you will not wear away the silver. Therefore, you will not wear away the microbial killing power of the silver bristles over time. Dr. Plotka does also have the tapered head. So it is a little better at getting into those hard to reach places. That's probably why, like I was saying, like your own personal little teeth caverns, that's probably why it's a little better at getting there. If you do have a smaller mouth space, the tapered head will probably make it easier to get to the very backs of your teeth. Um, I have a very large mouth space, so I don't have any problems with that. But you said that you have a little bit easier time with the tapered head.
Did.
Okay, so what do you think about the features and the design, and what would you give? So Guru Nanda first. So what's your thoughts on the design and the features of the Guru Nanda?
I mean, I liked everything pretty much about it. I liked honestly the only thing I didn't like as much is the squared head. So for me, it would be perfect toothbrush if it had the what is it called, the tapered edge?
Tapered head, yes.
Or the tapered
if
head.
Guru Nanda is watching,
Yes.
we would like a tapered head version of this toothbrush.
Because there's just some spots that I just felt like if it had the tapered head, it would just be easier to get into. But with that said, and I've never had a toothbrush with these type of bristles before, or I mean like the looks and so forth. Like it just, like we said before, it just glides over your teeth and it just feels so good. But I would say, and the handle and everything is great.
Yeah. Did you like this handle too?
I did, but
Yeah.
for some reason, this one does feel a little bit more comfortable in my hand, at least in my hand.
I don't find any difference. So, like, I guess I'm not very picky in the hand grip.
It's a toothbrush, so it's not like, But I would say, as far as features
and design.
Toothbrush is again a 5. I would just say 8.
Okay, and what would you give the Dr. Plotka?
That's a little bit more fancy because of the bristles. So I would say
I like not putting microbes back in my mouth.
Yes.
That is
and
nice.
The tapered head. So I would say probably a 10.
Okay, so I for the Guru Nanda, as far as the design and features, I would give it a 9. I think it's great. And the Dr. Plotka, I'm going to give it a 10 because silver infused bristles, tapered head. I the silver infused bristles and the ability to kill off microbes as it's drying. I mean, that is its big claim to fame, and I admit it's very impressive. I love the idea that that without doing any extra steps, that this Dr. Plaka brush is killing off harmful bacteria, viruses, fungi. So a 9 for the Guru Nanda and a 10 for the Dr. Plaka. Okay, so our third and final comparison category for these two toothbrushes is comfort slash ease of use. So we'll bring Guru Nanda up first again. And as we've said multiple times in this video, and I've said previously in other videos, the Guru Nanda is a toothbrushing experience like I've never experienced. And it sounds weird, and I never thought that I would be on a video saying like, it's such a special toothbrushing experience. It's taking me to new toothbrushing heights. But it is so true because it really does feel like it is floating over your teeth. It also, I don't know, it's got to be something with the design, but it really froths up that toothpaste. Like I've never had so much froth. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does seem to really help with the ease and the comfort of brushing your teeth. I've never felt any discomfort. Like I said, when you're brushing, you can't even like hear it in your ears. At least I can't. He can't. And so it's just really comfortable. And then, of course, if you're familiar at all with this channel, you know that I am a big fan of gum massage, like Dr. Ellie encourages, and the Guru Nanda does just an amazing job with my gum massage. It's always super comfortable, even when my gums were more inflamed than they are now. So I would give the Guru Nanda, for comfort and ease of use, I would give it a 10. It's great. I love brushing my teeth with this toothbrush. I am not sponsored, but I probably should be.
I would also give it a 10. I think it's the most comfortable toothbrush that I've probably have ever used.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's
and he's trying to overuse it, with his hard brushing technique.
If I only gave it one ding as far as comfort, if it had the tapered edge head, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
But still, like that doesn't distract from it. So I would say definitely, 10.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yes.
Okay. So Dr. Plaka has been winning all the categories. It won the performance category. It won the features category. Is it going to win the ease and comfort category? No. This is where Dr. Plaka takes its first hit.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Plaka has this tapered head, and the tapered head is nice. That's a nice feature. Dr. Plotka, because of the tapered head, does a great job in getting your teeth super duper clean. But it's just not as comfortable. I definitely hear it. I hear it more than a regular toothbrush. And again, this is just our personal opinion, okay? It feels pokey.
It does.
It feels pokey.
It does.
And especially like when I'm doing my gum massage, I found that I really felt like I wanted to make sure I was being careful. And of course, you want to be careful when you're doing your gum massage. They're sensitive tissue. You don't want to be going at it too hard with your gum massage. But with the Dr. Plotka, there were times where, and I'm, I've been doing gum massage for almost 7-8 months now. So I'm pretty well versed in gum massage. I'm not new to this. This is not my first gum massage rodeo. And when I would use the Dr. Plotka, sometimes I would feel little micro abrasions that were uncomfortable on my gums. And something that was more concerning after a few weeks of using the Dr. Plotka, And this is something that we both experience, and that is tooth sensitivity. And that was concerning and uncomfortable. And like I said, after 3 or 4 weeks, we both were having that experience on a regular basis. And tooth sensitivity is something that neither of us has experienced in months and months and months since starting our oral health journey with xylitol. All right, so if you couldn't tell, comfort and ease of use was not Dr. Plotka's winning category, but we are going to go ahead and give it a number. So again, 5 is average, and I would say Dr. Plotka, ease of use is great, comfort not so great. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit lower number just because I found it to be actually more uncomfortable in the long run of using it than a standard toothbrush.
Yeah.
So I would say a 4.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
sad because when we started using this, when we first started using Dr. Plaka, he came out of the bathroom triumphantly and was like, "It's the best toothbrush ever." And then, unfortunately, over several weeks, just the discomfort kind of outweighed the effectiveness. So, a 5 for me, a 4 for him. For Dr. Plaka. And to review, both of us gave the Guru Nanda a 10. So just to review, for me, Guru Nanda performed better with 27 total points versus Dr. Plaka, which I gave 24.5 total points. And Guru Nanda also performed better for David, getting an overall score of 26.5 points versus the Dr. Plaka, which for him earned a score of 23.5 points. Also, one other thing we did want to discuss, we did not give this a score per se, but we did want to talk about the cost analysis of the two toothbrushes. So Guru Nanda, in our experience, has been a more affordable option. I can order it off of Amazon for $2 a toothbrush, and I've even seen it at certain dollar stores. I've had other subscribers say that they've also seen it at a couple of the different dollar stores. So $2 or less for the Guru Nanda. Whereas the Dr. Plotka, it is typically $4.99 for one toothbrush, and the 2-pack, sometimes you can get that for $9. Dr. Plotka is a more expensive toothbrush as well, in my experience. So perhaps if you I know sometimes the website has specials and things like that that you might want to check into, but overall, it does appear to be that the Guru Nanda is a slightly, or maybe more than slightly, more cost-effective toothbrush. Okay, guys, so we are nearing the end of the video. We've given you our thoughts on the Guru Nanda flossing toothbrush and the Dr. Plotka flossing toothbrush, rated them in categories, showed you how they stacked up in the numbers, talked a little bit about cost, things like that. Again, these are just our opinions. So if we have said something about one of you, if you've tried Guru Nanda and hated it, but we love it, or if you use Dr. Plaka and you think it's the best thing since sliced bread, but we're sitting here saying it hurt our gums, it's differences of opinion. So we are just giving our thoughts and opinions. This is just where we're coming from. So really now we're just going to move into our takeaway thoughts and what we plan to do moving forward. So I guess now is as good a time as any to tell you that we have already switched back to the Guru Nanda. How long did we stick with the Dr. Plaka? Maybe a little less than 2 months?
Yeah.
6 weeks,
Yes.
maybe? So for us, it was a no-brainer. Dr. Plaka, like I said, it's pokey. It was just too pokey, just a little too rough. I have a suspicion that the reason it feels more pokey probably is because it does have those nylon bristles. And I have a suspicion that those nylon bristles combined with the tapered head are the reason that it does such a great job with getting your teeth the cleanest of clean. But that said, if you hate your toothbrush and every day you use it, it hurts you. You're just not going to,
No.
eventually, you're going to start doing a less thorough job. And so we kind of recognized that. We recognized that we had a toothbrush that we loved in the Guru Nanda. And so we went ahead and switched back. And how have your teeth and gums been?
Oh, the sensitivity has gone away,
Like almost
like almost
within a couple
instantly.
days.
No,
Yeah.
I would say instantly. Like
Yeah.
basically, like for me, it was always sensitive. Like when I had brushed to go to, before I went to work, and then just on the ride to work, I would say that like my teeth would hurt and so forth. But now I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
And
So,
and again, that's just my opinion and so forth. But in
yeah.
my experience, but I'm happy that we switched back.
Yeah, and like I said, like he said, and like I said, like these are just our opinions. Um, I think that you can't go wrong for effectiveness with either toothbrush. Both toothbrushes are amazing. And again, this is just two types of flossing toothbrushes. There's other types out there. I've heard some people say that they love the Nimbus. That's a flossing toothbrush. And I can't remember the name of it right now, but Weldental, the company that makes the Xylitol mints that I take, they've also come out with their own brand of flossing toothbrush. So there are other options out there. So this is just us talking about a couple of the types that we've tried and what we thought of them. But I mean, there's other options out there. So just because you try one flossing toothbrush and you don't love it, it doesn't mean that you can't try a different one and that'll work. That'll work great for you. So, because I have had a few people in my comments tell me that they stopped using their flossing toothbrush because one lady kind of uh, told me that she thought that the Dr. Plotka was better suited for scrubbing her bathroom floors than scrubbing her teeth. So, yeah, so I mean, we're not the only ones who found the Dr. Plaka to just be a little too abrasive. I call it pokey. Other people might call it abrasive. Other people might call it, floor cleaner grade. so, so basically, yeah. So we have already switched back to the Guru Nanda. We love the Guru Nanda. Highly recommend it. But maybe the Dr. Plaka is still the answer for you. Like I said, Dr. Ellie definitely recommends the Dr. Plaka toothbrush regularly. So, and I've had many people in my comments also say that they've been using Dr. Plaka for months and absolutely adore it. So, that said, we've given you our opinion, but please, as always, choose what works best for you. Because if you are using the Dr. Plaka, you know what? You got one heck of an effective toothbrush there. Because, our teeth are super clean with the Guru Nanda, but I mean, with Dr. Plaka, it was just like a step up. So, anyway, guys, that is all we have to say about our flossing toothbrush experiment. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, a like, comment down below if you are using flossing toothbrushes, what kind you're using, what you thought of it. And if you know somebody, family, friend, that you think would get something out of this video, please share it with somebody you think would benefit. And if you liked this video and would like to see more content like this from us, please consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming a part of the Low Key Life family. And until next time, bye.